Hi, I'm Joan Newcomb, and today's Mystic Minute is about groups and consciousness. Groups can be very supportive. Groups can help hold you as an individual and support you as an individual, and also raise your vibration, help you raise up, and help you with your evolution. And then by the same token, groups can also hold you back and limit you. Sometimes the same groups. How does that work? Well, for example, when you're born into a family, and that is a group. Your family holds a certain configuration of patterns. Now, as consciousness, you have created this as a very fertile environment for the you that you're creating yourself to be, for the storyline that you have designed for this family, for this lifetime. So it's all part of your infinite design. Now, the thing that we find as we journey along as consciousness in this physical form is that there's become certain times where it doesn't feel supportive, it feels like a restriction. And this can be not just family groups, but any kind of groups we involve ourselves with, such as a religious affiliation or a nationality or schools or neighborhoods. All of those things are group or collective energy. So what happens as we evolve, certain groups are no longer supportive. Now, the most obvious of this is, like, for instance, going through grades in school, and fifth grade is no longer supportive to you when you're ready for junior high. Fifth grade's definitely not supportive for you when you're already in high school. So as we raise our energy and as we develop and as we grow and mature, we naturally move through different groups. We will find this also in family groupings that have very rigid, defined, strict patterns that they adhere to. And if you grow beyond those patterns, there'll be resistance within the group. It'll be like you stepping outside of something and suddenly all the rest of the dominoes are lined up and you're missing. So there can be some resistance in family groups when somebody is breaking the pattern. On the other hand, there are other family groups and other groups in general that are much more supportive of diversity, of individuality, and support you to go off and do your own individual thing. How do you stay involved with certain groups? If you like them, you want to stay related to them, you want to stay involved with them, but you also want to grow beyond them. How do you do that? Well, there's a variety of ways. I mean, you can lovingly stay interacting with them regardless of the flack that they give you. You can remember that you are an infinite being. As consciousness, you're creating all of this down to the smallest detail. So even if the group seems to have a larger number than you, because you are one, they are many in the illusion, you are, as consciousness, the most powerful creator in your reality. You as consciousness are creating all of this down to the smallest detail, including the existence of the group is outside you, the resistance or the support. So you don't need to be influenced or feel victimized or anything by anything that appears to be larger than yourself, because that's just an appearance. It is all part of your creation of being here as consciousness. Give you a couple seconds to let that sink in. So you can remain lovingly interactive with them. Don't resist any flack they may throw at you. Don't resist any of the resistance that they have. Love all your family members that are of a different political affiliation or different spiritual affiliation than you are. You can lovingly remain interacting with these family members or these group members, regardless of their reaction to you or where you're at. They're all part of your creation. You wrote them into this play or this storyline. And, when at the end of the day, when all this is said and done, you're all together as consciousness anyway. Whether they're physically informed still or not, or whether you're physically informed still or not, we're all part of the greater consciousness. So at that level, there is no separation. Sometimes a bit of separation seems required or feels required in order for you to figure out what your own identity is or what your own individuality is. You have to get off the island to figure out who you are as an individual, so to speak. It's all good. There is no good or bad from a consciousness perspective. Consciousness is a very expansive and neutral experience. So from the expansive experiences consciousness, you can love all your groups and be at a different vibration. If you're not there yet, a couple of handy little tools. I swear I put this out last Christmas because Christmas is the time of year where this question comes up, heading into the holidays. You can be at a different vibratory level, such as a different color. So for instance, if you're in a group and you can just feel they're all like, or at this one energy level, let yourself be a half step up. You can just feel that as a lighter or increased vibration. You can also imagine that as a color or as a tone. You know, you can imagine yourself in those ways, and that separates you out from the rest of them. And the thing that really works ultimately the best is letting yourself be neutral, be non-resistant. Another little technique for that is a body of glass, or use an invisibility cloak. Visibility cloak, you can still feel visible to yourself, but the energy just passes right through. So play with those, see how they work when you interact with people. If you like this information, you can sign up, subscribe below to my YouTube channel. Share this with your family and friends. Put this out on Facebook and on Twitter and everywhere else that you can share it. And my website is joan-newcomb.com, and I'll see you in a couple days.